go.
It's time for D&D. But first of all, I think the most important thing that we need to do is, well, we should just wish everybody happy National Dog Biscuit Day. Because, yeah.
I gave our pet that we are dog sitting a dog biscuit. I gave him 2.
Good
but
job.
I did not give ours any. So.
Wow. That
Now, pro tip, you shouldn't eat them yourself. I've had about a third of a box and I feel terrible.
But yeah, so also honorable mention. Happy National Banana Bread Day and National Tile Day. But yeah. So D&D. Tomb of Annihilation. We left off with you all having just gotten down to the 3rd level of the tomb, having a nice long conversation with some mold, and then pressing forward to basically peer into the first room that, that you've decided to engage with. And doing so, you peered through the gaps in the teeth of a stone jackal face into a room with a platform toward the center of it, a sarcophagus situated inside of a boat atop said platform. And you watched as a dwarf walked in and was promptly attacked by a cloud of insects that seemed to do a number on him as he collapsed to the ground inside this room. It sounded like some people had some ideas about potentially heading in, avoiding potential traps, what have you. But I guess the question is, as some of you do have some new abilities at your disposal, what would you like to do?
I remember nothing that was previously talked about.
I was basically gonna grab you and bamf you in to the tile before where this guy was standing.
Okay. We can go to that.
And then we can retrieve the armor and then bamf back out, and then you can put the armor on.
That sounds good. Can I also light the bug repelling incense that I have?
Yes, you can definitely do that.
I'm gonna carry that with me. Or I don't know what's the range of effect.
I think it's like within. Before I say something and it's terribly wrong, let me just double check. Special items.
I guess a better question would be, could I bamf in, grab him, and bamf him and all his shit out?
I would count a body as an object rather than a person. So, yeah, sure.
Alright, I'll probably do that then. How far away was he?
Are you able to carry that much weight?
I can take something similar size with me.
Yeah, so there is that. But yeah, let's see. If you got like right up against the teeth of the jackal, you'd be looking at a teleport distance of about 20 feet.
Amazing. Alright, so I'm gonna kind of barge my way to the front. And I'll say, watch this. I will, bonus action, Misty Step in. Like, again, just to the other side, so where he had stepped and didn't trigger anything. And then I'm gonna have to wait, but then I will have an action. So it saves me a dimension door.
Yeah, I gotcha. Alright. So
I'm still lighting my incense.
Okay. So yeah, you just poof in like directly behind. So it's basically the first tile of this patterned floor that you see beneath you, and you just
It,
poof
it was
in.
where he didn't trigger. Like I will
Yes,
specifically.
yeah.
Okay.
Like the very first one off of the other entrance to this room,
Yeah.
which as you appear on the tile, you do see that a stone block begins to rise up behind you, sealing off this other doorway.
As I
Um,
land on it.
you land, and as you land, the stone block comes up.
Well, I can't. I couldn't grab him in Dimension Door. I'd have to wait one round and then grab him in Dimension Door.
Yeah, I think picking up like a full corpse is probably a little more than just like an interact with object kind of thing.
So I guess yeah. So I would Misty Step, start grabbing him, and then next action is Dimension Door and gone.
Okay. So
Is he like the Indiana Jones we do not speak of eaten, or like can I spare the dying?
so there is a bit of a difference between what you see on the outside and what you see on the inside. Let me get this entirely spelled out here. Okay. So as Lucius appears inside this room, he sees the skeleton of a dwarf sprawled out on the floor, clad in a tattered yellow turban and dusty chainmail, clutching a bronze shield.
Oh. Okay.
Still a chainmail.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. I still would have grabbed it up and tried to Dimension Door back out.
Yep, that's cool. So that's the thing. You bamf in, the door thing closes behind you. You kind of stoop down and pick up the remains of this dwarf, and you bamf back out,
Cool.
remains in hand.
All right. And so I'll just kind of appear basically behind Azaka. Just
Okay.
because I know that's a clear area. And I guess I will let Sierne inspect it since she's probably going to be the one wearing the armor.
Can I tell how old the bones are?
Make a medicine check.
I'm good at those, theoretically.
Till you roll a 2.
Yeah. I still got an 11. That's not.
Yeah. Not super old. Like, we're probably talking weeks or maybe months rather than years.
Okay. Is the armor magical?
You could make an Arcana check or cast a spell to find out.
Can I make that Arcana check?
Yeah.
10. I'm just looking for like presence of runes to know if I take it off him, if it'll resize to me, or if you know.
Yeah, looking around the armor, you do not see any signs of it being magical.
So it probably would not fit me. Or would it?
Well, I mean, yeah, I would say it's
I'm not like fib size, I'm pretty sure.
yeah. Like it wouldn't be like a perfect fit, but functionally it would work, you know.
Then
Yeah.
I will put it on.
Okay. Cool. What next?
I heal with my sheet.
Sorry, you what?
I deal with my sheet. It's yelling at me.
Oh, well, get good.
I'm trying. You're asking me questions. It's warning. AC is incorrect. Unequip extra armor or shield from item details.
Ah,
But I don't know where item details is.
well, I can take a look if you'd like.
Sure.
Okay, so what? Let's see. I say it's not okay.
I'm also overweight. But maybe I'll just hand Fib back your leather armor. Maybe that'll fix it.
Well, hold on. 'Cause I'm just looking for.
Oh, it's too late.
Okay. Cool.
I hand Fib back her leather armor.
All right. Well, let me make sure that now I add that to Fib's thing because she's not here to do it. Regular leather armor.
Yep. However, this does have my right hit die.
See, now I dragged it over, and Fib is getting that issue, so... Hold on. Oh. Weird.
What?
I see the problem. Yeah, it auto-equips for some reason. That's really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, Fib is all set. Carry on. So, the group, what do you do?
I want... Okay, so what else do we just see? What else is different from what Lucius saw inside there to what we see?
Basically just the age of the body.
Okay. Does he have anything else on him?
A yellow turban, a bronze shield.
Is the bronze shield magical?
You could go ahead and make an Arcana check.
15.
Okay. The shield also does not seem to be magical.
Okay. Well, if anyone needs a shield. But that's it, nothing in his pockets.
Just double checking. Okay, so he does have a belt pouch on him. So yeah, we got a whole list of stuff to run down here for the body. First of all, just peeking out of like a couple of wraps of the turban, you see the glint of a gemstone. A gemstone that is worth 500 gold.
I am going to give this deal over to Lucius so he can have Stratos touch it and see if there are any ill magical effects.
Okay. Cool.
I will just point this out.
Alright, yeah. I'll Stratos go over and touch it, and I'll start casting Identify.
Okay. Stratos heads over, touches the thing, you begin casting Identify. It is just a real big Peridot.
Okay.
That is worth 500 gold. Inside the belt pouch, you find a diamond, also worth 500 gold.
Someone put this in their inventory.
I got it.
Okay. And then, in addition to that, 2 1-inch diameter spheres made of crystal. And as you kind of like, maybe shift the bag around or whatever to get a better look at them, they kind of roll back a little, and you recognize them as being eyeball shaped. One of them is dark blue, one of them is a vibrant purple.
Do they appear magical?
You can make an Arcana check.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do
Oh.
that.
No signs of magic.
Well, I will, I guess I'll take the 2 precious... I guess I'll stick the diamond and the Peridot. Do they both fit in the pouch?
Sure.
I'll stick them back in there with those spheres, and I'll just stick it all in my bag. And I'll investigate the spheres a little bit more at a rest.
Okay. So 500 gold Peridot, 500 gold diamond,
Yep.
and 2 crystal eyeballs. Fun.
Yep.
Okay. What next?
Do we want to explore this tomb or just move on? Because of the whole, being possessed kind of thing.
Wait, being possessed kind of thing.
Yeah, by the...
Oh. I don't know. I mean, we can explore, but I don't like this purple shit all over. Especially since it apparently, whatever the big baddie on this floor is, can see us through it.
I guess. Yeah, maybe we should find the source of the mold
Well,
first.
you and I both read the book. This is indicative, at least according to the book, of a lair. So he has a lot more power here.
Yeah, I
But
mean, do we just leave then? Like, I don't think he's going to leave his lair. Dang, the
no.
mold said so himself.
No, I know. But if we're going to be doing too much exploring, we don't want to be too tapped out as I turn and cough and spit out some blood. That eyeball laser hurt.
Why are you so hurt?
I took an eyeball laser. He said we hit like flumps, and I threw something at him, and he eyeball lasered me.
Oh, that's right. I can heal you.
Yeah, that would be... That I probably
Oh.
should get that.
I will cure wounds you.
That'll do it.
That's one
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, that's plenty. Yeah.
What do we know about whose tomb this is?
Not a whole lot. I mean, so I'm gonna run back up to the top here and just give you the full description from your vantage point.
Well, I believe we know we're dealing with a lich of some sort.
I think he might be talking specifically about the room you just bamped in and
Yeah.
out.
the one that we're trying to
okay. Gotcha.
Or not loot.
So let's see. Carving of a snarling jackal's head. Yeah. Okay. 4 torches illuminate stone sphinxes crouched in the corners of this 15-foot-high room. The torches cast flickering light across hieroglyphs carved into the tiled floor. At the center of the room, a gold-inlaid funeral barge stands atop a 3-foot-tall stone dais. Resting on the deck of the barge is a small golden sarcophagus, decorated with horned rabbits. A dark shaft opens in the ceiling directly above the barge.
Is it the rabbit one? Because there are horned rabbits.
Could be.
That would be my best guess.
What was the lore on the rabbit?
Let's pop that open. Do. So, okay, so this portion of the Legend of the Nine Gods also involves the Zorbo, so just bear with me here. One morning, a wise Zorbo emerged from her hollow tree and spoke to the dying Omuans. To convince Ubtao of their worth, she decided to cook him a stew made from all their good qualities. Catching such virtues wouldn't be easy, so she asked a wily Almiraj to help her. The Almiraj snuck recklessness in the pot, which she saw as a virtue, and Ubtao spat out the stew when he tasted it. From that day on, Obalaka the Zorbo and Ijin the Almiraj became terrible enemies.
Okay. Internally, I guess I will ask Moa what he thinks of it's the El Mirage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll ask him what he thinks of the El Mirage.
Okay. Let's see. So, yeah, you just kind of pop into the internal dialogue for a second, and let's see. I think Moa tells you that it's kind of hard to make a plan and stick to it if you bring Ijin in on it, because she has a tendency to just kind of,
Leroy Jenkins.
yeah, basically.
Yeah, she wouldn't be a good host for Stratos. Or Stratos wouldn't be a good host for her then. Can't have my snake YOLOing himself into dangerous situations.
Well, he already has one.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about replacing her. Because
With
I don't know anything that's more beneficial because, frankly, and Moa, you were right. She's kind of a bitch. Like, she is very insufferable. Every time I look through Stratos' eyes, all I hear is, "How dare you look through my eyes? Those are mine!"
So around this point, you kind of like look over at Stratos, who has laid down on the ceiling.
What? Okay.
Yeah, just stuck there. I mean, not stuck, but like,
He's
You know.
just chilling there on the ceiling.
yeah, just like wall walking basically.
That's
Except,
cool.
wall
Okay.
slithering.
All right. That's new. So yeah, we probably should just avoid that chamber, I would think.
Okay.
And I'll back up, like, here, and I'll say, let's check this hallway. I'll let somebody else lead, but...
Okay, so like the first kind of larger hallway that.
Yeah, let's clear our
is right at
back
the-
before we push too
All right.
far in.
So, yeah, as you look down this hallway, you can see that there are a couple of alcoves set, like one on either side, and stretching across from alcove to alcove, there is a spiked chain that kind of hangs with a little bit of slack. Let's see, I'm doing this from memory while I slowly get this shit to scroll down. Here we go. So, yeah, the chain kind of hangs slightly slack across the hall, and following the length of the chain from end to end, you see in either one of the alcoves a hulking figure standing there. These things kind of both peering out of the wall, facing each other. Armor is bolted to their flesh, and they wear bucket helms and spiked gauntlets. Iron collars around their necks are connected by the spiked chain.
So I take it those things would probably come to life if you walk down there.
Or it's just like the best keep out sign ever.
Do you want to just kill him?
If you think we can.
What kind of armor are they wearing?
It's armor that's like bolted to their skin.
Yes. So just like kind
Bolted
of
armor.
Yep.
Okay.
Bits and pieces of armor that have been bolted right into their flesh.
They look very punchy, like stabby, right? Because of the spiked gauntlets.
That is feasible.
Alright, I'm gonna call Azaka up here. Because she apparently likes to get poked by things. It's kind of her specialty, so...
You said they were chained together?
Yeah, so each of them has a collar around its neck, and the chain runs between the collars.
That should be fun. We can
Yeah.
try and get them going two separate ways.
Well, I would like to get Azaka up in front of me. let her try to take some damage.
I'll stand behind her.
Okay.
I'll stand.
But I want to try and split them if possible.
I have
Are
one
they
armor.
large
I can
creatures?
stand here.
Oh, sorry.
No, they're just on the larger side of medium.
Okay. So like 6, 7, 8 feet tall, something like that.
Yeah.
Alright.
Except I can't even see them from where I'm at.
They don't actually exist.
Yeah, they're
just-
not
Oh.
on, they're not on your layer at the moment.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, if we're doing this, I guess I can
Put them there.
do that.
Yeah, I guess we can kind of talk it out. I would like to Wanda fear one of them and see if I can get it. Because that'll start the show. I feel like getting it to flee from us would be amazing.
Drag the other one with it.
Yes.
How much slack is in the chain?
Um, best guess, as they're currently standing about 10 feet apart, there might be another 5 feet of reach.
Okay.
Not as much as those frickin' dogs in Moon Hunter's Keep.
Good. I hate the
But yeah.
So,
Ready whenever.
all right. Well, I will go ahead and use the one charge. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna step up and like, I would like to is if I can do it without getting a Zaka. I want to use the cone feature and just get them both, and let's see what happens.
Okay. So you like step up, feeling kind of ballsy for a mage, stepping up to the front line, and you take out the wand of fear and point it down the hallway, kind of dead center, so you hit both of these things. And you cast the spell, and yeah. So what does it look like when you cast the cone of fear thing?
So what it is it's the tip of the wand lights up, and the way I imagine it is it's like it lights up and just a big bunch of lasers shoot out like Resident Evil style that are like the cutting lasers, and they shoot out and slowly start rotating towards the people as they freak out and run away if they fail.
Okay. Cool. So you do that, and we have this like crazy trippy light show going on in the hallway, and nothing happens.
Huh. I shake the wand. I'll just shrug and I'll back up. The spell went off, right?
Yes, the spell went off, and I guess at this point, actually, go ahead and stay there because I'm gonna roll initiative.
Okay.
They may be immune.
So do this. I gotta make sure I roll for Fib, and roll twice, and get her kind of in on the action-ish. So I don't know, like back here seems good. Bag of nails, kind of up there. All right, let's roll for Fib.
We should definitely make sure to split up if we back up from here.
Yeah. My command. By the way, my command to Stratos it would have been help if shit hits the fan. So,
Okay.
like, just that's in general. His whole command is just if shit hits the fan, get up here and help because you do damage.
Got it.
It's pretty early in the day, isn't it? Like, is it still morning?
Yeah, it's relatively early, like probably late morning, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, so you do the thing, nothing happens, and like Fib's turn comes around, and like nothing is happening. Stratos. I guess
He would have
kind
just kind of got up and ready.
Yep. Okay. Bag of nails is like ready with an arrow. Thorf.
I'll step up in front of Lucius.
Okay.
And does this thing attack me?
No.
Alright. I'll stab it then.
Okay.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Ooh.
Interesting.
17s. Those are both exactly what you needed to roll to hit.
Crap. Okay.
But yeah, so you cut into this thing, and simultaneously both of the big like bolted on armor figures kind of wince in pain as though they were both hit. And then you do it again. And then they begin to stir in their alcoves, and you see like kind of the early signs of them climbing out to engage you.
You said they were undead of some sort, right?
We'll verify. But
they look undead.
they are in fact not undead.
Oh, they're a construct, aren't they?
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Cool. Sirenny.
I want to move here. Let me zoom
No, you're not
in.
allowed.
And I want to just be like, wait, if are you guys not going to hurt us? And I am going to hold a sacred flame dependent on if their answer is yay or nay.
Okay.
Should have mentioned that before I stabbed them.
Yeah, probably, but you know, I didn't get that high in initiative. I got pretty high for me,
You did.
because Eric rolls for me, and Eric always rolls me crap.
It's always Eric's fault.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Lucius?
Well, when I roll for me, I roll on average like plus 10 higher than you do.
In
Yeah, well, you fight like a flumph.
in
So there.
true wizard fashion, I turn invisible and I run away. So,
I do like one hit Lucius, so I do fight like a flump.
Yep. So yeah, I turn invisible and run away. and I just kind of whisper to Groilmod, I'm right here. Don't run into me. And I'm just gonna kind of like get up against the wall.
Got it. Azaka stands her ground, readies an arrow. Groma?
So I very carefully duck around Lucius, and then I ready an arrow. So if I see one of them pop out aggressively,
Mm-hmm.
I will loose an arrow.
Cool. So we get to these things. So Thor, the one,
Do they respond to me?
they do not speak, for one. But the one closest to Thorv lurches forward out of the alcove and attacks him. So, hey, look at that. So 22 hits, I believe, right? Unless you
Yeah.
did something else. Yeah, so you take 11 points of bludgeoning from this guy as he kind of stumbles out of the alcove. And then everybody else who is holding an action, an attack, to do a thing, you can do the thing.
Oh, fuck. This Groilmod gets a headshot.
So, yeah, actually, that reminds me. It's, I'm sure I have a handout of these guys to show you.
Yeah, right now they just look like a pile of shit. Maybe I don't know.
I mean,
Oh, okay. Well, no, just the token looked weird. Okay.
They're pretty neat looking.
They really are.
it's like a the Black Knight if you put it in Dark Souls.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say, it looks like a Dark Souls armor set.
For
also
sure.
what I was thinking.
It's like the second to last, like, good armor. It's not the best, but second to best.
Yeah, so Gromod shoots and just like threads the needle in that little slit in the bucket helm. And yeah, so that's a thing. And then Sirenny, Sacred Flame, Dex save. Bet these guys are real dexterous, huh?
Yeah, they are. Yes.
Okay. So then that is 11. And Does Gromad have anything that makes his longbow attack magical?
I don't think so.
Okay. So in
Oh.
that case, the threaded needle shot hits like dead on, and there is no response. And then yep, and then Sacred Flame still does Sacred Flame things, and again you see both of them react in pain. Which is rather silly and strange. But yeah. And then Azaka. Azaka rolls a natural 1 and misses. So, okay. Then the other one comes out.
I feel like Fib would have done a chill touch.
Yeah.
Fib doesn't have line of sight.
No. I feel like Fib would have done a chill touch anyways.
Yeah, she would have argued at the very least that she wanted to do a
It-
chill touch.
Fib would have petted the mold.
I mean, maybe that.
Would she like to at least get up and get line of sight?
It's not her turn yet. So
Oh,
just
isn't it?
chill.
Oh.
The other Toon Guardian is gonna climb out.
Oh.
Also attack Thorf. 25 to hit.
Yeah.
So that's another 15 bludgeoning. But then the next one misses with a 13. Okay.
Now it's Fib's turn.
Yes. So Fib probably doesn't want to get that close to stuff, but like so you can move and attack from somebody's spot, but then move back. So I think like
Well, and I'm invisible, so she can't even see me.
yeah, right. But the point is, I think she's gonna like go up to Gromad's spot, just kind of peeking around the corner, and try to do an attack. I guess when in doubt, use the creepy hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Creepy hand. 27 hits.
I would hope so.
Yeah. And both of them seem to wither just a bit. Okay. And then Fib just goes back to, we'll say right here. Stratos.
He's just waiting. I guess he's probably gonna go over and get next to it because he knows what's coming. But the thing is, like, so he would go over, wait, and then like hit it, and then get out of there because he doesn't take opportunity attacks. But I don't really know how that would work. That would be the command is once he feels the magical energy is to go in, touch it, and get out.
Okay. So, yeah, it's fine. Like, I would say you could just kind of leave him somewhere in range to do just that.
Yeah, like right
And
here,
we'll
he's got
say,
60
like,
foot.
Holds a dash, basically, and it's kind of like, you know, swoops in, then you time your thing out, and then,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's fine.
Okay. So yeah, that's his command.
Cool. Bag of nails. For death and glory and all of that good stuff. Because he doesn't know anything about the whole needing to do magical damage thing. So he comes in and shoots. And misses. And he shoots again. And misses again. Good
So
job.
he still doesn't know.
Bag of fails. Thorv. You have 2 armor-plated Frankenstein's monsters coming up on you. What do you do?
Keep beating the one in front of me up with the battle axe.
Sweet. Yeah, those both hit. So 16 combined. Sweet. They both like grunt as you hit.
That's it.
Tyranny.
You wait.
No, you wait.
Okay. Sorry, I was checking something. I am going to. Well, this worked well last time. So I'll just do it again.
Fail to save. And
It says ow.
oops. Roar. Okay. And that's it.
Yep.
Lucius.
How are these things looking?
Not bloodied.
So fairly undamaged.
Yeah, like they've taken some hits, but you know, they still have some fight left in them.
Okay, well, I'm going to. You see me kind of peek around. Well, actually, nobody sees me peek around the corner.
You don't see the peak.
And I point my finger out at them, and you just see a spinning ball appear, and then I guess I appear, and you see this white. It looks like a white marble shoot out and hit one of them, and just poof explodes into my little flaming sphere, but it is radiant.
Mm-hmm.
So I am using my spell. What is it? The Ancient Secrets, I think it is, or something.
Cool.
Spell Secrets, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just lets me change from one type to another.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put it behind, like essentially have it pop up behind them.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So do that, and then the fireball thing. Do-do-do.
And with that, I am actually going to boop boop and just, I think. Hang on, let me make sure. Yeah, okay. Yep, I can move that far away. I'm just gonna kind of back way up and get out of the way.
Okay. So then down damage. Cool. Azaka can't really do much to help because magic.
Her cat form isn't?
No, none of it's.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Wow.
Yep. So, I mean, she'll tank for you. It's fine. So I guess she'll just kind of like move up to form a line here. But yeah, that's really about it. I mean, I guess she'll try and grapple this one just for shits and giggles, like. Okay, good roll from Azaka. Let's see how our Team Guardian friend does. Alright, Azaka just runs up and grapples.
Alright. That's what, advantage on attacks?
No, it's literally just reduces its movement to 0.
Ah, okay. Well, that's
Um,
perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Grow mod.
So Roma's gonna put Hunter's Mark on the one that hit earlier
Mm-hmm.
and shoot it with his bow.
Okay. All right, and then the type of damage that Hunter's Mark deals is what exactly? Because like it is magical by my understanding.
Yes.
It is a spell.
Yes. So okay, cool.
I believe it's just magical damage. Like it's not actually a type.
Yeah, I mean I'm good with that.
Could be wrong.
Cool. You do the thing. They both kind of flinch, and
I will also do
Owie.
my Fury of the Small.
nice.
And it will take an extra 9 damage.
Nice. Okay. Then the Tomb Guardians. Yeah, they got some tanky targets to fight. I guess just keep going for the one that they've already done some damage to. So it's a total of 4 attacks against Thorv.
They don't want to help free the one that's pinned.
Strangely, they don't seem to care that much. So we've got 3 misses and a crit.
Okay.
So on the crit, you take 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
But other than that, they just kind of flail at you, and there's some damage to be taken from the sphere.
Yeah. I gotta roll that again, right?
I do believe so. Okay. Again, we got dex saves from these guys. They both fail. Surprise, surprise. And more kind of muffled grunting from inside the helmets. Okay, Fib peeks around the corner. Creepy hand.
Technically, am I doing double damage since it's hitting both?
No.
Oh.
But, yeah. So, creepy hand misses. Fib. Let's see. Is there anybody? I guess I should really check other resources too. Yeah, no, she's good for now. Okay, we know what Stratos is doing, probably, maybe.
Yes. Yep.
Okay,
He's still waiting.
bag of fails.
Does it even matter to roll for him? Because he can't do damage.
I mean, let's see. Yeah, no, he
4
shoots.
bag of fails.
So the first one bounces off. Second one lodges like between some of the armor, and it doesn't seem to react. And he just like, it just looks like, what is happening? But yeah, like he's just gonna chill there. Thor, what do you do?
I'll ask Azaka if she'd like to borrow my longsword.
Just mid combat as she has this one in like a fucking chokehold. Yeah, she'll like reach over and just kind of hold out her hand.
Okay. I'll hand that over to her.
Cool.
That's an action.
We'll call that like an interact with objects. So you still have an action and a bonus action.
Okay. Well, then I'll keep beating the crap out of this one.
Sweet.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
you-
will.
And
Okay.
I'll use my action surge and speed it up with some more.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got that. Very nice. Yeah, these things are looking pretty beat up at this point. And I guess that's it for Thor, yeah?
Yeah.
Cyrano.
Well, they're looking pretty beat up then, yeah, why not just another Sacred Flame?
Okay. Dex save. Fail. Cool. Anything else?
Nope.
Sweet.
Simple and sweet.
Lucius.
All right. Flaming Sphere just kind of bumps the guy that it's next to.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
and then Stratos starts sparking with electrical energy and goes in for a hit
Mm-hmm.
because cantrip. Oh god, like okay.
Okay, so Stratos swoops in and just misses. Like the crackling tail just is right by, and before he can really straighten out the strike, he has to kind of bail.
Yep, he goes back to his spot that he's sitting at.
Cool.
That's it.
Yeah. So, what stats do we have on that sword?
It's +1 longsword.
Plus one longsword.
So 1d8.
Okay. Yes, she hits. So that's going to be 58 plus 1 plus her strength mod, which is going to help. Okay. So yeah, Zaka just like slashes this this thing that she's still got kind of like a chokehold going on, and yeah, it's looking pretty messed up. Yeah, that's that. Grow 'em up.
All right, I'm gonna add my Slayer's Prey onto this one over here,
Yeah.
and we're gonna go ahead and shoot with my bow.
All right, do the thing. Okay, so 20 hits. Hunter's Mark 4, Slayer's Prey 7. Okay.
My second attack.
Yep.
Oh god.
Okay. Cool. These things are like kind of wobbling on their feet at this point. You see like, chunks of the armor, chunks of flesh coming off with pieces of the armor as they are hacked off or get shot off. And you see these just like nasty, mostly intact corpses fighting from beneath the bolted on bits of metal. But yeah, okay. Gromod staying there.
Yeah, Gromod's staying here.
Cool. Tomb Guardians. Probably the last round that they'll be alive.
They take damage, I believe.
When they end their turn.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Which will be soon enough. We're just gonna do attacks against Thor. 24 to hit.
I'll shield with that one.
Okay.
So unless any of them get above 26.
No, there was a 23 in there, but no, because of the shield, you don't take any shots. Then they end their turn and need to make dex saves.
It flares real bright.
Real bright.
Real bright.
And they die real dead.
Yep. So it just gets real bright, everybody can't see, and then the brightness fades, and then everybody looks back and they're just dead.
Yep.
And the ball's gone. As
Yeah.
it burns out though, it goes through a bunch of different shades of colors.
Okay, that's cool.
Just yeah.
Does anyone look real hurt?
Thor's not happy.
I will give Thor. I will walk up to Thor and do a heal.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna work my way back up.
There you go. You have 11
Okay.
more hit points.
And I'll use my second wind as well.
Nice. Yeah, so while that's being seen too, up ahead you see a set of double doors that stand closed, and branching off to your right, further up the hallway, is another smaller corridor.
Alright. Well, Lucius is invisible.
Cool.
I'm gonna send Stratos up to investigate the bodies.
Okay. Yeah, it's mangled corpses with kind of assorted pieces of armor, kind of just mixed and matched, just fastened to their bodies, like bolted through to the bone.
Does any of it look like it's at all like it's just bits and pieces, right? It's not like full pieces of armor, like full set.
Correct.
Okay. Does anything look like it's withstood the test of time better than
Does anything look magical? Is what you're
basically?
saying?
Well, yeah, like I mean, at this point, I think Lucius knows what a magical item looks like.
Yeah. You don't see anything that
No.
really fits that description.
Okay. So, I'll say, well, there's nothing magical on them. What about the chain that was between them and the collar?
That is a valid question. It's still sitting there,
Does it?
as are the collars on either end. You know.
Yeah, I mean, does it look like it's like? Does it look like it could possibly be magical?
Yeah, that one is probably magical, given what you've seen.
Okay, so I will. I'm gonna invisibly sneak up here and get a closer look. Whoop! I just stepped through the wall.
Good job.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. I'm just trying to get out of the way. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and give me an Arcana check, or if you'd like to cast a spell, you could do that too.
I will Arcana check it first.
It seems pretty magical.
Alright. I'll have Stratos touch it, and I guess if you do we want to wait 10 minutes?
I
Or-
don't care.
Alright. Well, if you want, then I will identify it ritually.
Okay. So you take your 10 minutes, you do the thing, and you learn that this spiked chain, it is specifically attuned to the anatomy of these creatures that you see here. And it works in such a way that when it is collared to two of them, any damage taken by either of them is split evenly between the two.
And it's attuned specifically to these two.
Or at least, yeah, to
These type
this
of
kind of creature, yeah.
Do I know what kind of creature this is?
Not really.
I'll say, well, the color's magical, but not really gonna do us any good.
sell it.
Maybe? I mean, it is magical. I guess we can try to get it off.
You want to do that?
Sure.
Okay. So probably what you'd have to do to not break it in the process would be to unlock the two collars. So maybe somebody with either thieves' tools or knock if we want to get fancy.
I think I do want to get fancy.
Okay.
So,
Bang! There is a loud ass sound that rings out through the tune. Totally not getting anything's attention.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, everything knew we were here anyway. And then for the other one, I'll say you guys are just gonna have to cut his head off.
That is the alternative, I suppose.
Yeah, like I can unlock one, but I can't do the other. So,
I mean, does someone have thieves' tools? Does Fib? I
Why
don't
are
know
we
if it
taking this
would,
chain?
but it's magical. It might be worth something.
yeah.
Purely for the loot.
Hmm.
Let's see. I feel like Fib might have thieves' tools. Seems like a thing that might have come up at some point.
How are we dragging this big hairy thing back with?
Oh no, she has a disguise kit.
And there's not that much chain.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not carrying it, so
I can't. I'm out of space. Too much weight.
So after all this, you're just gonna look around like, we don't really need it.
And I can carry it, I believe. Depending on the
Okay.
weight.
I'll help chop the other guy's head off.
All right.
Cool.
So a few good swings of Bob later. Yeah. You have a spiked metal chain with two collars on the end.
How much does that weigh?
An amount.
$1,000,000,000.
We'll say 10.
10. No problem.
Okay, so Lucius tucks the chain away. And what do you all do next?
Invisible again.
Of course.
And then, I guess,
down the hallway.
yeah, I'll wait. I'm gonna stay in the alcove and wait for people to push by me.
Cool.
Then I'll fall in line.
All right. So you see the double doors ahead. You see the smaller corridor branching off to the right. Which would you like to pursue?
I'll have Stratos kind of flutter. Oops, not that way. Flutter his way down this way a little bit. Not too far. Just like 5-10 feet ahead of everybody else. So.
Okay. So yeah, I mean he does so. Nothing like
Nothing.
springs out and tries to murder him or anything.
Alright, I'll go one more. Still nothing?
Still nothing.
And I guess since he can, he's going to stick upside down to the ceiling and
Okay.
just kind of sit there.
Cool. So everybody else.
I guess
you
that's
going?
me. I'll follow along.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Thorv, as you get to the intersection,
Yep.
you can see.
I'll let Azaka go ahead of me though.
That's cool. Yeah, to the north, this narrow corridor opens up into another room, and you would just be able to make out what you gather is like close to the back. Like you see some pillars and stuff as the back of the room kind of like begins to narrow, but you can't quite see all the way back there.
I'll walk down the hallway a little ways then.
Okay. Yeah, so you do that. Peering in, you begin to make out some details. A 4-columned portico juts out from the far wall, beneath which a stone sarcophagus rests in a wall of recess. 4 ceramic frog masks hang in niches around the sarcophagus, and beneath the masks, humanoid bones are strewn across the floor. To the east, a large carving of a tentacled frog monster squats above a shrine. Offerings lie on a shelf before it, and 4 rectangular frescoes adorn the adjacent walls.
I believe this may be yet another well, I think this is where the frog guy sarcophagus is.
What's on the...
Wait, didn't
Frescoes.
we fight him outside of his...
We fought a giant frog guy.
Oh. I don't even think we have to ask Moa if this guy's worth even bothering with. Like, I don't... I'll go internally. Hey, Moa. Frog god guy. Not a good one, right?
Says, well, you've already talked to me about Nang Nang, so I'm guessing you mean Kubazan.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I mean, he's a little on the wild side, you know, kind of like spirited, I guess you could call him, but you know, kind of a brave, fearless warrior type.
Who do you think he'd be good with?
Got any brave, fearless warriors?
Well, Bag of Nails.
Maybe he wouldn't be such a fuck up.
Could be Bag of Nails, could be Groyalmod, could be Thorv, Azaka. I don't know. I think if it's spirited, if it's kind of on the wild side, Thorv might be the best. And you guys just kind of see me like standing there, like thinking really hard, just staring at nothing.
having a serious internal dialogue with yourself.
So I'll come out of it and I'll say, well, it sounds like Moa said Kubazan is not that bad of a guy. So he's a bit daring, a bit wild sometimes, but overall not a bad one.
Okay. So you want me to bring this magical item to you?
I think you should touch it first.
Because I want to be possessed?
Well, I'm just saying it. according to what Moa said, it may benefit you.
Okay, we'll see what it is.
So, yeah, we can.
Alright, I guess I'll walk into the room.
So, alright.
Okay.
Stratos basically lands on his neck and just kind of follows him in. And as will I.
Gesundheit.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, as you walk in there, you see a little bit more detail on the frescoes on the
Just
east
move
wall.
off, yeah.
So there are two on either side of the kind of large shrine that takes up the central part of the wall. And I'll just go ahead and give you a description here. So, on one of them, a frog-like behemoth uses its tentacles to help the Omuan people knock down a mighty statue. In the foreground, an old woman wearing a frog mask tosses 5 coins from her hand as though sowing seeds. Next one. A frog-like behemoth wraps its tentacles around a giant crocodile as Omuan hunters stab the crocodile with their spears. In the foreground, an old man, wearing a frog mask, holds a bug up to his open mouth.
Yum.
I want to see if the things turn. The frescoes look like they rotate or anything.
You could investigate, give it a look. I guess we'd call that an investigation check.
Stratos is gonna take off and kind of float over here, keep an eye out.
Okay. Cool.
And I will invisibly walk into the room as well.
All right. Yeah, you don't see any mechanisms associated with these frescoes.
Okay.
So
So
Yeah,
what
like
is what's this big area?
that is the shrine in kind of the middle of the wall, and so looking at that, you see several items. A 6-inch tall stone statuette of a frog-hemoth, which has an inscription on its base in Old Omuan. A copper bowl containing rat bones. 4 dead cockroaches. A green wax candle with a wick that you might actually be able to salvage. And 5 loose gold pieces.
Huh.
There are also 2 more frescoes that haven't yet been described. So, probably the ones closest to where Thorv is right now, actually.
Okay.
So, in the third one, a frog-like behemoth with 4 Omuan hunters riding on its back finds a small boy in the jungle. The hunters seem elated. In the foreground, a young woman wearing a frog mask holds a knife in one hand and a headless chicken in the other. Finally, fourth, a frog-like behemoth wallows in a shallow pool as Omuans offer it urns of food and treasure as tribute. Cracks in the fresco obscure the head of the human figure in the foreground, but you can see that it grasps a lit candle.
So we need 5 gold, a killed chicken. What else? What were the other 2?
Wait, lit the candle.
Yep, lit the candle, so that's the third. And what was the 4th?
Oh, there was one where somebody was holding a bug up to their open mouth.
Okay.
The bug.
I know where to get some of those. Steal some of Fib's.
Fib would not appreciate that.
Well, whoever wants to eat the bug, I can make it taste okay. So I guess I'm gonna go up to the one with the 5 gold, like that's throwing out the 5 gold pieces. And is there like a ledge I can set this on? I'm gonna reach in my pouch and pull out 5 gold.
Okay. Yeah, I think there would be, something of a ledge. You could set the gold next to the other 5 gold that are already on the shrine.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So. let's see. Yeah, you do the thing.
Oh, you know what? I'm dumb. There are masks hanging up in this room, right?
There are.
Do the masks have something to do with it? Are they wearing different masks?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over there and take a look at the masks and
Okay.
give it the old Arcana once over, see if they look magical.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I do something even more simple and see if the masks match up with the masks on the things?
Well, that was gonna be my next step. I just didn't want to touch it unless I knew.
I mean, I don't need to touch it to look at it.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That is fair.
So yeah, for Lucius, like kind of just giving it a quick once over, they do not seem to be magical.
Okay.
And the 4 masks here and the masks depicted in the frescoes all look pretty similar.
Like to each other?
Yeah, like it doesn't look like there's, okay, in this one, they're wearing like the green frog, but then in this other one it's the blue frog. It's not anything
They're
like that. It's just-
they're like ambiguous.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well, I guess I'll pick one up.
Okay. You pick up a mask.
Do I burst into flames? Do I die?
Nope, you just have a mask in your hand.
I'm gonna gingerly put the mask on.
Okay.
Can I see through the mask?
Yeah, you can.
Can I breathe?
Yep.
Huh, it's a pretty well made mask. Alright, I'll reach in my pouch, pull out another 5 gold because I'm dumb, and I'll walk over and put another 5 on the altar
Okay.
with the mask on.
Cool.
Alright, what are the other 3 pictures doing?
So there's one where somebody is holding a bug up to their open mouth.
Alright, eat a bug.
Okay.
Well,
So-
you gotta put
I
a mask on.
tell Lucius to eat a bug.
Well-
I'm not eating one. I tell him to. Need to find one.
I feel like Royal Mod has the most experience with this.
Yeah.
Grow him out and eat a bug.
I'll make it taste like lizard tails.
Not that I won't eat a bug, it's just that I don't feel like I know which bugs are edible.
Yeah, Grandma will find one.
Okay. Cool. I mean, there are like 4 dead cockroaches on the shrine, if that's the thing you would like to do.
So where does Gromod need to stand?
Good
Well, I'll
question.
hand you. I'm gonna grab a mask and I'll hand it to you to make sure you put it. And tell you put it on before you eat the bug.
Okay. So just put a frog mask on Goromod. And I mean the shrine is like against the east wall. It's kind of this big central portion of the wall. So could do that. You could stand in front of the particular fresco that aligns with it. I suppose that is a decision that is up to you.
All right, so Gromod will stand in front of the fresco depicting it,
Mhm.
and he'll reach into his pocket to grab his gorp, which is just bugs, and he just eats it.
Okay. Cool. Um,
Bugs successfully eaten.
yep. You eat a bug. Cool.
Alright, next.
So there's the headless chicken and there's the candle.
Alright, one of you two want to light a candle?
I put on a mask and light a candle.
She's like, I got this one, guys.
This says me written all over it.
Okay. Cool. You
Alright.
froggy up,
Yeah.
light a candle.
Anybody got a chicken?
I do not.
Okay.
Anything resembling a chicken in here?
I have a snake.
I mean, like, there was gold, there were bugs, there was a candle, so is there anything kind of representing this chicken in here?
I mean, there are some rat bones in a bowl.
Rat bones in a bowl it is.
What are we doing with them?
What are you doing with them?
I don't know, the DM said that was a chicken with its head cut off, so...
Well, I mean,
How
just
we're gonna
if,
cut the head off
if
a
we
pile
are
of bugs.
drawing parallels, you know, there's the dead chicken in the picture, and there's the dead rat in the bowl. So and there's also the dead cockroaches on the ledge, for that matter.
Don't really want to cut Stratos' head off.
Well, why don't we just kill one of Fib's bugs?
Hmm? Don't
She
know
won't
if I
miss
would
one, right?
appreciate that.
Well, I don't know that I care. And I can't tell anything but the truth, so you know I'm not lying about that. Unless we
You
can
could
find a rat.
guess.
I guess.
Can I spy a live creature?
Make a perception check.
Well,
You see your friends, who all look very much alive.
That's what I was gonna say.
yeah.
Alright, let's start with how much blood we have to give them. Maybe it's not the whole head. I'll put on a mask and slice my finger open or something.
Okay. And what do you do once you slice your finger open?
I'll go
Holds it up like a dead chicken.
put the blood on the shrine or on whichever fresco it was. See
Okay.
where, just start smearing on
Just
stuff, see
start
what it works
smearing
on.
blood all over the place. Okay. So yeah, Thor, you take 1 point of slashing damage as you cut your finger open. But yeah, so you kind of walk around and start just smearing blood all over the wall. And
As one does.
I mean, you know, it's a tomb of annihilation. What are you really expecting to do when you come here? Okay. So, as Thorv is doing that, I am going to clear the initiative order for no good reason.
Uh-huh.
And roll you all some initiative. Again, for no good reason.
By that token, I was also invisible, because I wasn't really, like, doing anything other than throwing coins out, so...
Mm-hmm. Let's roll for the things that I don't know. Might be here. Maybe.
No.
Oh, Laura. I
Oh, Laura.
Yep.
Laura needs to get on and get some chill hands going, some creepy hands.
Sounds like Fib's gonna murder somebody.
Yeah.
It's okay. There are people.
Yep. People conversating.
Yep.
Is Laura yelling at Tim?
No.
No.
Pekka is actually informing Laura of what we are doing.
I just assumed Laura was yelling at Tim.
No.
I mean, it's a fair assumption.
Yeah, it is, but...
Okay. Well, the party seems to have at least moved out of this room, so
Cool. Unfortunately, it's Fib's turn.
it is Fib's turn. Well,
she said that she will murder anyone who touches her centipedes.
there you go. It's that easy.
Well, that's fine.
That's all we gotta
She
do.
doesn't have to see it.
So,
I ate them like spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Tell that to
so,
her face.
in the meantime, as we are potentially, maybe having Laura join us, I don't know what's gonna happen here.
Well, right now they're dealing with Gambit.
Yes, those of you who are not currently facing the wall, smearing your blood all over it, see rising up and the sort of forming and coalescing from the space around the bones that are scattered around the floor. Several humanoid shapes, kind of vaguely smoky and wispy. Ah, they are creepy things. And maybe I have a handout for you. I don't know. It doesn't look like I do for some reason, unless.
Oh, no.
Never mind, I do.
Oh, yay.
Handout, no handout. handout.
Oh, it looks like a thing.
It's one of the Lord of the Rings guys.
It's a Harry Potter Dementor.
Yep. So these guys kind of drift up and look around at all y'all intruders. And Fib can do a thing. So what's Fib gonna do?
Touch them coldly.
The creepy hand.
Mm-hmm.
The creepy hand against, I don't know, the closest one. Fuck it. Hits. 7 points of damage.
There's only two.
There are three.
There are 3.
Why do I only see two?
One of
the
them
one
under
is
Strata.
right here.
No, I see that one. I missed that one.
Oh. Oh, I didn't even see Stratos was there.
You also missed that one.
No, I knew there was one there. I didn't see Stratos was
Oh.
there.
Yeah. Okay. Creepy hand reaches out and seems to hit, but does not do any damage to this creepy spectral thing.
Oh,
Fib will probably inspire somebody. Fib likes to inspire Thorv, so why not? Thorv, take inspiration.
Alright.
Roamod, your turn.
So Gromot sees this and realizes this counts as undead. He gets real mad. Gang, I'm talking real mad. And he goes into a barbarian rage.
Fuck yeah.
And he grabs his Yakula out and he slashes at it. Real angry like.
Okay. Alright. So, you slash at it all angry like, and you do some damage, though not as much as you might expect.
It does add +2. because of the rage.
Sweet. So it's 9 halved and 11 halved. Okay. Cool. So you do a couple of good stabs, and yeah, the wispy form kind of like turns, and its glowing eyes kind of meet yours. And as it begins reaching out towards you, it is first Stratos' turn. What does this Nick do?
Probably just kind of stuck to the ceiling where he is. Just kind of waiting, and same command. If he feels the magic flowing, to just dash, touch, and go back. But otherwise, he's just staying out of the way.
Okay. So
I guess if the thing can touch him, he's gonna move. Right now, like if the thing can hit him right now, he's gonna get away from it. But
all right. Yeah, that's fair.
so I don't know if it can hit me, then yeah.
It seems well, it's a floaty thing, and it's pretty close.
Okay.
So it might not be directly in range, but it seems like it could easily become in range.
Yeah, I'll just go to the corner, I guess.
All right, cool.
And
So
still holding a dash to. Yep,
Got
that's
it.
it.
All right, so then the wraith that Gromod attacked turns and reaches toward him, like into him practically. But that's only an 8 to hit, so never mind. Does a real bad job. Then the one by Cyrene attacks Cyrene. That is also a real bad job. That's a 13.
Yeah. Does not
Um,
hit.
Yep. And then this other one is probably going to choose between those two targets. It's going to drift down and attack Groyalmod. Creepy hands everywhere. That is a 16 to hit.
Does not hit.
All right. So yes, they drift about the room and they reach creepily toward you all, but they haven't been able to touch it yet. So, Lucius, you're invisible. There's spooky things. What do you do?
Well, seeing what's going on here, I think the most prudent thing to do would be, you see me pop up, like, visible, and I've got a little piece of licorice root, and I just take a bite, point towards Groyalmod, and I will cast Haste on Groyalmod.
Cool.
So you are now raging and hasted. And I'm going to just back into this corner.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
Cool. Bag of nails. Hey, maybe I can do something with my shitty, not magical attacks. Gotta hit first. Highest attack roll was an 8. He hangs his head in shame. Cyrene, what do you do?
I am gonna cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay. Nice. So they need to make saves of the wisdom. One of them succeeds. We'll say that's like the middle one.
Oh,
so the
it's
one...
on its turn, not my turn.
Ah. Okay. Well, we'll take those saves. So still, the middle one will succeed on its save. Cool. Before we get to Azaka's turn, everybody who is wearing a frog mask, you feel your bodies change.
Fuck.
So that is Cyrene, Thorv, Groyalmod, and did Lucius have one on?
I would have had one on, but as soon as this would have happened, I probably would have taken it off.
You cut off.
You really cut out there.
I said I would have had it on, but I said as soon as combat would have started, I would have pulled it off. Because I'm not gonna wear a mask in combat like that. But it does. I mean, if you want me to have had it on for one round, sure.
Okay. Then in that case, the four of you feel your bodies shifting and shrinking as your perspectives all drop down practically to floor level. And you are all frogs.
Well, at least my spirit guardians is still up.
Mm-hmm.
You are a concentrating frog.
Gosh darn right.
So, here, I'm gonna give everybody control of the frog mini.
You would.
I mean, at this point, it's easier to just give it to all players, so I'm gonna do that. And you get a frog. And you get a frog. And you get a frog. And you get a frog.
This is a lesser restoration fix, correct?
Maybe.
This was nearly a TPK.
We're not dead. We're just.
No, I know, but like,
We're not dead, we're just frogs.
how close we were to essentially what could have been a TPK if our NPCs decided to just say fuck it and turn around and walk out.
So yeah, that's the thing. Azaka then looks around the room at this clusterfuck that just happened, and I guess she's gonna keep attacking, because what else do you do when your friends are in a room surrounded by ghosts? And oh, by the way, your friends are frogs now. Cool.
I'm assuming I'm not wearing the mask anymore because I'm a frog. Did I absorb the mask?
Yes, you would have absorbed all of your stuffs.
Okay.
So yeah, Azaka attacks with the longsword and misses once, hits once. Cool. So the closest wraith takes the damage, and I don't know. I guess she pushes in because she's gonna protect her froggy friends. Thorv, the frog.
Okay. What can I do as a frog?
Well,
You
Click
could
on-
jump.
if you hold shift and click on and double click on your frog token, it'll pop open your frog character sheet.
Okay.
Those are your options.
You can jump.
I guess I'll hop away as fast as I can.
20
Okay,
feet.
20 feet,
Much hop.
indeed.
Lots of hopping.
Okay. So, yep. I'll just move your.
Is my frog still really pissed at the race?
Sorry, what?
As a frog, am I really pissed at the wraith?
I mean, yeah, you're still Thor. You're just Thor the frog.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Thor the frog can't do magic.
No, because
Okay.
Thor the frog cannot speak, and that is
Okay.
a very important part of many magical things.
Okay. Then if
As
it
is having a spell focus.
if it gets an opportunity attack, it doesn't. It has disadvantage.
Okay, yeah.
Well, you could disengage as an action if you wanted.
You could do that at the cost of 20 feet of that movement.
So not being able to go anywhere. So I'd be stuck here then. Otherwise, I'm where Fib is.
You could hop over by me. Hop one to your left. And you're out of...
Okay. Okay.
There you go.
I'll hop over to the other froggy. See if he can
Okay.
fix this problem.
Oh, you are going to be disappointed.
Okay. So yeah, that's the thing. And then where is Laura? we need help. Okay. Fuck. Let's see.
Does she have lesser restoration?
I feel like she...
Negative.
No? I thought she did.
Nope. 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 Let's see. Okay. This is a weird one, but we'll fucking try it. Cause desperate times and stuff. So Fib casts polymorph on one of these things. And we'll see if that's even a thing that affects them, first of all. Yeah, no reason to say it doesn't. So, needs to make a save. Wisdom save.
Like polymorphing one of us back into who we are.
That would be appreciated.
True, but like questionable as to whether or not that actually works. Anyway, one of the wraiths turns into a frog, is the point.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
So
Could have at least made it a flock.
Well, no, then we would have eaten it.
That's the
Sure.
point.
Then they just turn back.
Oh.
Okay. Royal Mod the frog, the very angry frog. What do you do?
This frog is actually shredded right now. It's pretty great. Froggle is just gonna hop right under Fib.
Froggle Mod.
Froggle mod.
Okay. Cool. Excellent. Stratos then.
I guess he's resisting the urge to come over and eat me.
Like, don't you think about it.
Yeah.
Alright. Sweet. The two still wraithy wraiths are going to
Take damage.
take damage as yes.
Oh,
so one of
Froggle-Mod's
them-
hasted too, by the way, so you can move twice as fast.
Giant is a bullfrog instead of a, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This is the part where if this was a stream, we'd be starting hashtag SwoleFrog right now.
Yep.
Okay. So the one succeeds, the one fails. What was the damage on this?
16?
Maybe. Okay. So that is the thing. There. And there. Okay. And now they do their turn things. which basically consists of drifting toward Azaka and doing creepy hands. Creepy hand 1 is not rolling. Why isn't it rolling? There we go. Ooh, they both hit. And Azaka has to make some. Oh, there's the third one that I now no longer need. Great. Con saves. Con saves for Azaka. Those were some mighty bad con saves. Alright, so between those two, Zaka takes a good chunk of necrotic damage and is looking kind of beat up already. Also, Spooky Frog is, I guess, just gonna stay there, being spooky. Lucius the Frog.
So I said Thor was gonna be disappointed. Lucius the Frog disappears as you hop up to me. And
Is invisibility a nonverbal?
it is not a spell. It is
When it's
just
from Moa.
Yep, it is just an action. So, I would, yeah, I will do that. Hop over. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move. It'd be 1, 2. I'll move 3, and I'm gonna do a standing leap, just to get under Stratos, basically.
Okay.
So it's 10. I can do 10-foot, like long jump or 5-foot high jump. So I'm gonna do the 10-foot long.
Cool.
So that will end my turn. I'm an invisible frog sitting under Stratos, and I will
Excellent.
change my mental command to him to come down and protect me.
Okay. Bag of nails. Oh god. This is actually like real dicey. Yeah, here we go. Attack. Misses, of course. Attack again. Hey, guess what, guys? Bag of nails hits. And while there's resistance to the damage, he does get his sneak attack, which is nice.
Well, that is good.
So, do them d6s. God, why is it taking so long? Okay, so okay. So the southeastern wraith is looking pretty beat up. Bag of nails is gonna stand his ground because honorable death and stuff. Yeah. Cyrene, the frog, it is your turn.
I can't use something that got absorbed, right?
Correct.
Okay. I will hop over here.
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
And yeah, keep up my
Sweet.
concentration spell.
Yeah. So Azaka is gonna hope that she can keep doing damage. Because if she can't, shit's about to get ugly.
Well, what's Fib? Why is Fib a frog?
Fib's not a frog. That's Gromod's. That is Froglemod. Just Gromod's mini hasn't moved. Okay, Azaka misses once, hits once. Cutting through with this long sword. And let's roll damage. Okay, solid roll. So the bottom right Wraith is pretty messed up. Still hovering there, being all scary. Thor of the Frog, what do you do?
Hopping away. Bye.
Okay.
I'm going for that upside down thing to see if that fixes it.
So we just see this frog on the journey all the way up the stairs, down the hallway. Yeah, okay. Excellent.
I don't have a better idea.
So here
To
we
get away
go.
from those things.
Fib's big moment, and Laura's not even here. Let's see. Yeah. I think she can't polymorph another one because she's already maintaining concentration. So let's have a look at other things. Psychic blades could be useful. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Let's try that. So Fib. Excuse me while I move Froglemod for just a moment. Okay. Fib. Seeing that there is some real bad shit going down, runs up and in a last-ditch effort, maintaining concentration and lashing out with her rapier, I suppose? Yeah, rapier. 17 hits. All right. So, gonna do 3d6 psychic damage. That is a total of 23, although part of it is halved. 17 points of damage. And Fib kills the thing.
Woo!
So
Laura, you killed the thing. You killed the thing.
Okay, so now there's just one wraith. And yeah, Froglemod.
All right, I'm going to try and move the token. This is going very slowly when I try and do stuff. I think I'll just hop out into the corridor.
You are hasted.
What?
I said you are
He
hasted.
said he's hasted.
Mm-hmm.
He may be hasted, but his computer is not.
On these maps, nobody's computer is hasted.
That's fair.
That's all I'm doing is moving out there.
Cool. Stratos is helping?
Gonna come down and protect me.
Cool. Spooky Frog continues to be a spooky frog. The other Wraith is going to continue attacking Azaka because this is probably the most beat up you've seen Azaka in all of your travels with her. Creepy hand, but like creepier even than Fib's creepy hand. Okay, con save for Azaka. Okay, that one she makes. So she still takes a nice little chunk of necrotic damage. But she stands her ground and is still up and fighting for all of you. Lucius. Chilling?
Sorry, yes.
Cool.
I was muted.
Bag of nails. Can he hit twice in 2 turns? Let's not get our hopes up. That's a miss. And that is a hit. Bag of nails. Pulling it together. And he gets his sneak attack. Nice. So then... Okay, shoots the one wraith that is a wraith. It takes damage. Cyrano the frog. Yeah. Oh, the other one needs to make another save because it had its turn in the stuff. So let's do that. Is it con or wisdom? Wisdom. It makes the save. Okay.
Is the frog one being hit too?
As a matter of fact, yes, it is. So,
I can specify that it doesn't.
okay.
Oh, wait, no, only when I cast it. When I cast this spell, I can designate it.
Oh, well, then in that case, this happens when it starts its turn.
Mm-hmm.
So, defrogified, first of all. And then it's going to drift
Sorry,
over and attack Azaka. That's okay. You just, might have helped Azaka die. It's all good. Well, she's going to get hit again. And she's going to make a con save, which she fails. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, Azaka is looking really, really fucked up right now. And now, Cyrano the frog, it is your turn.
I'm gonna stay where I am by Fib.
Okay. Fuck. Let's see.
Fib can heal Azaka when it gets to her turn.
Yeah. Okay. Azaka attacks twice. Yeah. Hey, she hits twice. Not a great second damage roll, but it is what it is. And then I add. Okay. So. Yeah, the wraith in front of her is still looking relative. Like, if it was a bleeding creature, it might be bloodied. But then the one that was a frog is pretty fresh. And then she just hunkers down. Like, here we go. Let's do the thing. Thor of the Frog continues.
He'll continue hopping away.
For the upside down.
Might as well.
All right.
How long till I get there?
A while.
Okay.
Do I see anything that looks like it might defrogify me in this room?
That is a valid question. Make a froggy perception check. Or if frogs are not trained in perception for some strange reason, a wisdom check.
I mean, I don't know how to make checks off of the frog.
Would you
page.
like me to?
Oh, there we go.
You have a +1.
I have a +1. Why
Yeah.
do I
I
have a
go-
+1?
Next to skills, it says perception +1. If you click that, it should roll perception.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So,
There you go. 4.
All right. Not looking great.
I'm not used to this position.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Fuck. Hmm.
Heal Azaka, maybe?
Mm. God, this is a tough decision.
Does she still have her restoration charm thing?
If she still has a polymorph, she could also polymorph Azaka. Like make Azaka into one of those
Azaka.
two-armed apes.
Mhm.
That might just be the play.
'Cause I feel like that's something Fib would have done if Azaka's looking like she's getting the shit beat out of her.
Yeah. Given that she's like, yeah, okay. So, something of Azaka's CR or similar.
What about
Alright,
those
yeah.
the four-armed ape creatures?
I'm gonna
Pheromones?
have
Yeah.
a quick look at things from Jolt, or
What about
really
a
things in
T-Rex?
general. But
Yeah,
well,
T-Rex.
see, the thing is, we have to worry about Azaka's challenge rating.
Oh, is it Azaka's? I thought it was Fib's CR. I thought it went off of what her cast, or like her
Let's-
CR is.
Pop a polymorph.
Oh, here. Oh, I don't have it.
Dude.
Oh yeah,
challenge
equal
rating
or-
is
yeah.
equal to or less than the targets.
Yeah, sorry.
That's what I thought. All good. So set the max CR and make it a beast.
What is her CR, by the way?
Just, in case I were to try and murder Azaka later. Well, it's about the same as, say, an elephant or a stegosaurus at 4.
Oh, okay. Oh. Wow. You're right. She is like a broken 4, but does not scale well.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I guess let's... what makes sense here? God. How is this? Okay. Yeah, so these things are like partially incorporeal, and that's the whole thing. So I guess Azaka just fucking blows up to the size of we'll say Stegosaurus.
Okay.
Don't step on me.
So,
Do it.
Please no.
Yep. Stepping on you.
Stegosaurus.
Kaboom.
So your night is now pancake.
Yep.
I mean, like you can maneuver around between Azaka the Stegosaurus's legs, so that should be fine. Okay, that's a thing for Fib, and she's gonna inspire the fuck out of Azaka. No, she's gonna inspire the fuck out of Bag of Nails, is what she's gonna do. Bag of Nails gets sneak attack. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And, okay, bye. Not like bye, but just the fuck out of here, bye.
Bye.
Okay, Froggle Mob. I imagine there's hopping.
Yes, but the opposite direction of Thor. I'm going to go over to these doors here.
Okay. Cool. You hippity hop your way over to the double doors at the end of the hallway, which are still closed.
Yeah, that's that.
Sweet. Wraiths doing wraithy things. They have a big target in front of them now. They're gonna attack the big target. Creepy. And what is the AC of an unladen Stegosaurus?
1.
They're taking damage.
13. They are taking damage. They are making wisdom saves. They fail. They take the damage. Okay, the northeastern one looking weak, and then the other one is kind of just getting its first few hits put on it. But they're gonna attack. They're gonna hit Azaka. Oof. Okay, Stegosaurus is not looking so hot. As it takes 46 points of necrotic damage. All right. Lucius chilling.
I too would like to see. I was waiting for my mic to cut out. I too would like to see if there is a thing to defrogify me.
Perception check.
But nothing. All right. Well, I'm
I'm sorry for the encounter that has turned you all into basically Skyrim NPCs, where you're just running for your lives.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. For fuck's sake, I got so many things stacked on top. There we go.
So many shits.
So many shits. I'm gonna just hop over to the thing I was standing by, and that's it. Still being
Bag of
invisible.
nails. Bag of nails hits, and he's going to use sneak attack on the first thing. So that's do and do. Okay, and then he's going to use his inspiration on the second, because hopefully he might just be able to finish off one of these wraiths. Okay, it's enough to hit. Damage. Bag of nails gets a kill.
Ooh.
Ah. Okay. And yes, he's looking much happier now. And there is but one wraith, kind of hovering up by the ceiling, still attacking Azaka the Stegosaurus. But we'll worry about that in a minute. Cyrene, anything?
I would like to try my froggy perception now that I'm a little more used to it.
Okay.
Did it go through?
Not yet.
Oh, 19.
19. Okay. Yeah, you look around and you see nothing that really suggests defrogification.
Damn it. I'm gonna hop to this corner.
Okay.
Additionally. Oh, wait. Nope. I'm gonna stay here, so he's still within my sphere.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
Hey,
Azakasaurus.
I can see better, though.
Cool.
I have dark vision. It's a frog.
Azakasaurus hits 13. 12. 12 it is. Do. Okay. Thorv is still hopping toward the upside down. Fib. How's Fib doing on hit points? Fib's doing all right. So Fib, seeing the tides a turning. Oh, actually, before I do all this, let me see if this resource is like as plentiful as I think it is. Because if it's not, this is a real dumb idea. Yeah, no, she's fine. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles around here. Fib does a stab. Just hits with a 13 and is going to do some more damage. Nice. Okay, the ghost is showing some wear. If ghosts could bleed blood, this one would in fact be bleeding blood. Okay, Frogglemod. Anything?
No, he's good here.
Okay. Wraith, attack.
Oh,
Wraith damage. Okay. Makes the save.
so only 8.
Okay. Then attacks the Azakosaurus. Missing.
Woo.
And that is its turn.
Woo.
Lucius chillin'?
Yeah, I got it. You know what? I'm gonna hop. Boop, 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 boop. Over here. And chill next to the strange little blue frog.
Okay. Bag of nails. Doing bag of nails things.
Did it.
Do it.
Do it.
Longbow attack. Misses.
No. The
Longbow
opposite.
attack. Hits.
There you go.
And
Sneak attack.
sneak attack.
Snack attack.
Ooh. Good sneak attack roll.
Yes.
So 2 plus. Okay. No. And Bag of Nails deals exactly as much damage as he had to do to kill the last Wraith.
Woo!
And as the last kind of like gasp erupts from the dissipating smoke that made up this spooky ghost man, everybody pops back into their normal form.
Take off the mask and throw it on the ground and stomp on it.
I keep the mask on.
I'll
Okay.
take my mask off and run back to the group.
Okay.
Slightly faster than I was able to leave.
Frogglemod or Grailmod is still hasted.
He removes his mask as well.
Does Fib drop the Stegosaurus?
Sure.
How many people need heals?
Azaka needs like 99 points of healing. If anybody's got that.
Yeah. But how is Fib and Bag of Nails?
Fib did not take a hit.
Mm,
Bag of Nails is down like 35.
Okay.
I still have my wounds from before.
I guess I can cure wounds. Does she doesn't have hit dice, does she?
Azaka?
Yeah.
She does.
Oh, okay. We can take a short rest after we explore this room then.
So I am going to, without even popping back to the, well, I guess as I do, I'll wait for everybody to get in the room, and I'm gonna cast. Oh shit! I don't have the hut. Never mind. It's Fib that has the hut. I'm not used to that. I'm sorry. I don't do anything.
What else is in this room?
So, I think before we get to environment centered, it is pretty apparent that Azaka is like drained, and not just in the I took damage kind of way.
Like a.
He got hit with life drain several times.
Okay, so life drain, is that a lesser Like, what does that do?
That is an effect that reduces her maximum number of hit points.
Okay. Is it a lesser restoration fix or?
A
Can
long
you go ahead and
rest.
pop up? Let's see.
Is it a condition?
So it is a condition, but it is not one of the listed conditions. Greater restoration specifies that this is one of the things that it can handle. Yeah.
Oh.
So basically, you gather that a lot of the damages Aka took, she couldn't recover, at least for now.
Okay. Well, I don't have greater restoration on me, but I do have a charmer restoration. Which only has lesser restoration. Okay. I can have it tomorrow.
Well, we
So
could.
will it?
I
We
mean,
could what?
wouldn't we know? Like, because we fought these things before, haven't we? Or we fought like similar. Oh no, we haven't.
Nope.
Oh. Well, she's just weak then. She's gonna be weak forever.
Does it go away after a long rest, or?
I think that's what Taylor was angling to figure out.
Yeah.
They're undead, so I might know something about that.
Would
Ooh,
someone
That's a
know?
good point.
Get pissed about them, so would Gromad.
Yeah, Thorv could make, I would say, a history check.
Okay, then I'd get +4 since it's double my proficiency.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so if you can make it to the next long rest, Azaka should wake up feeling right as rain.
Okay.
So, getting to the questions that you were asking before I brought that up. Nothing else really seems to have changed in the room.
So it's just the thingamacallits on the walls. And was there anything else here? The sarcophagus.
Yep, sarcophagus in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, how about only one of us puts on the mask and tries it in them all again? Nobody else touches the masks? Or it just turned into a frog, other people keep them safe.
Don't all jump in line at once.
Nobody want to stop Thor?
You on the corner right next to you, you just see a mask appear out of nowhere, clatter to the ground.
Alright, I'll put mine back on
Okay.
and go and repeat the steps again. Ask Gromad for a bug.
Okay. So Thorv just kind of runs the gauntlet here and eats a bug.
Gold.
Yep, donates some gold, and then lights a candle,
Smears blood
And-
all over the walls.
smears blood all over the walls. Okay. Nothing happens.
Does he turn into a frog?
Nope.
No grace?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll say, hey Thor, why don't you just go open it?
Yeah, I'll walk over to the tomb thingy.
Okay. So yeah, you walk over there.
Stratos
Push
is
it open.
on the wall or on the ceiling above.
Okay. Yeah, Thor, give me an athletics check.
Thor was still tired from being a frog and wants to try that again.
You know what? Well, oh wait, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
fuck
I
it.
still have inspiration too.
Oh, yeah, I'd use that.
It's D8 or
I think I'm pretty sure it's a D8.
there. Is that better?
Hey,
It's better, but it's not good enough.
Okay. Somebody want to come help me?
So you see me in the corner come pop into existence, and I guess I may have to step a little closer, but I'm gonna cast Enlarge on you.
Okay.
So that strength checks and strength things you have advantage on.
Nice. So yes, you can make an athletics check with advantage.
There.
And that is just
That's the
what
number
you
I-
needed.
So you're kind of squished in there, but you can like reach an arm and and just lift it up.
All right.
What's inside?
Well, all right. So as this whole thing happens, you like slide the top off, and I need every single one of you to make a dex save. Le gasp.
Wow.
Dex save for Fib. Working on that right now. She's good at these. Yeah,
Yes, she is. Damn.
Okay.
Wait. Oh, that's an 8. I thought it was a natural 20.
Okay. So, anybody who got an 18 or less failed.
Oh.
I guess I'll use my Indomitable.
Okay,
Try that again.
go for it.
Damn it.
Ugh, fuck. All right. Spectacular. Okay. Everybody go ahead and roll a d8 and tell me what you got. No. Nah.
I got a 4. Ooh, Grandma, I got a 4.
3.
Okay. So the two of you who got 4s, as the lid of the sarcophagus slides back, there's just a flash of multicolored rays of light that blast out from the sarcophagus. The two of you with a 4 get hit by a green blast, and let's see. So if you made your save, let's see. Which is why it's relevant, because this is for Gromod here. If you made your save, you take 16 points of poison damage. If you failed, you take 32.
Right. Yeah, I think it's just take it.
Right? And then Thorv gets hit with a yellow one. Yup. Yup. Okay, so who's next? Cyreney, you got a 7.
What'd my yellow one do?
Yellow, you take lightning damage.
Ow.
40 points of it. Cyreney, you are blinded. Let's see, who else we got?
Fib. Don't forget to roll for Fib.
I'm gonna use my absorb elements on that one,
Okay, nice.
so I'll get resistance.
Fib's D8 is also a 4, so
She takes.
takes 16. And then NPCs.
No, Fib saves, so she takes half, doesn't she?
Yeah, that's what the 16 was.
Oh, yeah, okay, sorry.
Okay, so then Azaka. makes her save against fire damage. And let's see how much fire damage. Zaka's looking real hurt. But she is still standing. She is scorched, she is withered, and yet she lives. And then, bag of nails. Natural 20 on the dex save.
Of course, now he gets an at 20.
Yep. This spell is a clusterfuck. Cool. So he seems fine. All right. You're all here. You're alive. You're good. Well, there's that.
There's what? She is muted.
You are muted, by the way.
I figured you didn't want to hear me blowing my nose.
I did not want to hear you blowing your nose.
No.
Do I know how long I'll be blinded for?
Well, as you stand and ponder this, make a wisdom save.
Ever.
Okay. Let me check something.
Is it a DC 10 save?
No, nope, it's definitely not that.
Am I forever blinded?
Well, it's not that either. Let's see here.
I hate this game. I finally get armor and Eric's gonna kill me.
Okay. Excellent. Cyrene, roll a d4. Or Becca, roll a d4.
1.
Excellent.
That's how many hours you have left to live.
So, Cyrene, as you are standing there, blind, thinking about, okay, how long is it going to take me to no longer be blind? The room begins to appear around you once again. But it's different. Your friends are still there, but they look almost insubstantial. And looking about, everything is kind of similar in that way. You can't hear anybody. You can see them, but they seem to be made of different stuff from you.
I don't know what this means. Am I
Cyrene,
incorporeal?
you are in the ethereal plane.
Sweet.
But you can see.
Did anyone notice that I left?
Well, as far as everybody else is concerned, Cyrene just disappeared.
Huh.
Alright, what's in this chest? In the sarcophagus? I was looking in there, I haven't seen Cyrene yet.
That's true. Inside the sarcophagus, you see a pair of bracers and 20 really old-looking, really brittle-looking arrows in a rotting leather quiver.
I guess I'll scoop those out. And then the state guy said this isn't a bad one, so I'll touch the stuff.
Okay. Make a charisma save.
Am I an elemental?
Am I an elemental?
This is really important, Eric. Do I count as an elemental?
Um. Let's get something vaguely resembling an official answer. Because this is all kinds of crazy. You are a humanoid.
Damn it. I could have sent myself back to my home plane if I was an elemental.
Okay, so Thor, you grab the bracers, and they glow as a watery light ripples across the walls of the room. A monstrous tentacled shadow rises from the sarcophagus, and the air fills with the stench of a swamp. A rumbling voice echoes through the tomb. It says, "You are brave to summon me. Together we will crush the Undying One." So, now the fun part. I get to show Thor what he's won. I mean, basically, I could just tell you. Thor, your strength score is now 23.
God damn.
Awesome.
Yes.
Dwarf likes this so far.
We just watched Thor get swole.
So you also, Thor, you also pick up the flaw. I am fearless and not afraid to take great risks.
So be it.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty Thor-ish anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
Thor was more conservative for a dwarf.
He is, but I mean, we're all conservatives, so for him to be a fearless one among
I'm
a bunch of
not.
conservatives.
Well, you're not here, so
He's sort of Gromod, but strong.
yeah. So I mean, everybody else who isn't currently, like picking up the thing, all Legend of Zelda, da-na-na-na, your friend disappeared.
Can I cast Dispel Magic?
Sure.
Do I think that will dispel what cast me into here? Like, will it bring me back? Okay. Do I think that will work?
Make an Arcana or Religion check.
What's religion? 18.
Okay. Generally, with spells that transport people places, like unless it's straight up banishment, it's kind of just like happened and isn't a dispellable thing.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Lucius. You know magic jar, right? Don't you? Just jump on grab.
Yeah. Totally.
Can I write on the Can I write on the wall and leave a note?
Would you like to try?
Yeah.
Okay, you reach out and try to write on the wall, and you go through the wall.
Cool.
Do I have a person in my head?
You do. It's that
Okay.
same deep, rumbly voice.
I want to interrogate him where my friend went.
I have no idea where your friend went.
Okay, thanks for the help.
Yep.
Can I? Would I have any idea what spell was cast when that chest opened? Or the sarcophagus?
Make an Arcana check.
Alright. Here's hoping.
Okay. So that looks like a prismatic spray spell.
Okay.
So if you want to go ahead and pop that one open, this is pretty easy to tell. She got hit with the violet ray, which is just a clusterfuck, really. On a failed save, target is blinded. Must then make a wisdom saving throw at the start of the caster's next turn. Successful save ends the blindness. If it fails that save, it's transported to another plane of existence and is no longer blinded. Yay. Typically, creatures that are already on their home plane end up in the astral or ethereal planes. So I almost banished a second character of Becca's to the astral plane, is what we're basically saying.
Oh boy.
On the bright side, I can breathe here.
Mm-hmm.
What do I know about the ethereal plane?
It is kind of an overlapping plane of the prime material. The physical is much less so here. And it is rather difficult for most things on the prime material to interact with ethereal things and vice versa.
Okay, well, I guess I will summon my snake and chill here.
Okay. Cool. So, on that lovely uplifting note, unless anybody has anything magical they would like to try, I guess that's the spot to leave off.
The other thing I'd want to ask is if she went to the upside down. I'll ask Lucius if he thinks she went there.
Maybe? I don't know.
Does
Okay.
this remind me of the upside down at all?
No, having been there, everything does look considerably different.
Okay. Cool beans.
Yep.
Well,
So-
knowing
I
that
can get myself unstuck, but I need a long rest.
knowing that what she was hit by, I'm going to tell Fib to throw up her thing, the dome, because we're not going anywhere. And once she does that, I'm gonna just take out like a piece of charcoal or something, and on the wall, I'm going to just write, like, if you can see this, we will stay here one day, or till tomorrow. Just on the wall,
Okay.
and that's it.
Yeah, Tyranny, you can see that.
Cool.
So
Can I try really, really hard for the rest of the day to interact with that and just write okay?
Well, see, there aren't any light bulbs in the room. Otherwise, you could just get them to flicker and everybody would know you were there. Wait, that's the upside down, but not that upside down.
There's a candle.
there is a candle.
I mean, it's. I don't think there's really anything visible that Tyranny can do to interact with the party.
If we light a candle, she can't like make it move.
Nope.
Can I unlight it?
Nope.
Can I light the candle?
Nope.
I mean,
Can I make snake make Fib feel my snake?
Also, no. You are just kind of there observing, unable to interact in any meaningful way with the party.
Well, does anything happen, or is it the next day and I can change out my spells?
I mean, if everybody's cool with doing the long rest thing, we could kind of just play this out to the next day.
Yeah, I would like to.
Okay. Then yes, it is the next day, and you've sat through probably a good 18 hours of interplanar solitude.
Okay. I cast banishment on myself. Hey, but Azafi feels a lot better. I banish myself back to the home plane.
Okay. So let's see. Just checking. Okay. So
And I don't end the spell, so I stay at my home plane.
you maintain concentration, so you don't just immediately bamf back out.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next morning, you just see Sirenny and her. Well, I guess I'll unsnake my snake that I've spent all night with.
Okay. So, Sirenny, you begin to appear back in the room
Oh my goodness.
from which you disappeared. But you feel yourself being drawn elsewhere in this space.
I'm going to kill you, Eric.
Look, I don't make the rules. I just enjoy enforcing them sometimes.
You suck. You're a terrible person. I hate you.
Wow. Wow.
Where am I going?
You arrive in a room half filled with rotting corpses. Protruding from one wall is a large green devil's face. Its flared nostrils set just above the putrescent mass. A sconce above the face holds a flickering torch.
Have I seen anything similar to this?
I mean, the devil face is all over the tomb.
Yeah, I mean like with the piles of rotting corpses or whatever.
I mean, it kind of looks like a garbage pile.
Cool.
Yep.
Is there a way out?
Let's see. So, looking at the devil face, you determine that its nostrils contain hollow cavities, each one containing a stone lever.
And that's the only way I see.
Yep.
I yell really loudly to see if I can see if my friends hear me.
Okay. Your friends do not seem to hear you.
I make some ice and I attach it to the wall
Okay.
and I stand on it and I pull one of the levers to make sure I don't fall.
Okay, so describe to me this ice wall. So you're sticking yourself to the wall, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, like next to the face, so you can reach and pick the
Yeah.
statue's nose and do the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to pick the left or right nostril?
Does one look more used?
No.
Let's go with the right.
Good choice. So, you reach up the thing's nose, and you pull the lever, and its eyes glow red as you feel yourself once again discorporating. And with a pop. You find yourself materializing at the entrance of the tomb in front of the very similar devil face where the shadow demon used to live. And you look around and realize where you are. You see something else materializing behind you.
That is
What
where
is
we
it?
will end.
No, I'm going to show you what it is before we do and that is where we will pick things up. Like,
Oh, gee, thanks.
yeah, you're welcome.
I'm gonna let her know what's gonna fuck her up next. Oh, this thing.
Cool.
Yep.
Wait, if I'm outside, like, am I outside, like where all the
So-
people are, or?
No, you're not. You're not where the snake people are. You are like, so all the doors you had to get through using the puzzle cubes. You are on the inside of those, right at the T intersection where there was the devil face at the top of the T. To the
Mhm.
right is the staircase. To the left is the room where Fib got Boromired, and to the south or to the behind you, is the exit.
So I can just run down like a couple flights of staircases and be right where the people are.
Yes.
Okay.
What the fuck? Have we seen this thing before?
An Atyug?
Yeah. Or am I thinking?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
You have, although it's probably not the way you're thinking of. So these things live in the bottom of the garbage pile outside of Port Nyanzaru,
Oh.
and they eat all the refuse there. However, in a different campaign, when you guys were in Helmfirth and roving through the sewers, Togar made a friendly acquaintance. That was one of these things.
Okay, that's where I remember it from.
Yep.
Okay. Well, it was also in Velos, I believe, wasn't it? Or no?
Good question. Let's have a look. Do. Atyug.
I'm not nearby, but I just figured I'd
Right.
ask.
No, this thing is in the monster manual.
Oh.
OG.
Okay. Good to know.
But yeah, so we will pick up with the Atyug and the plane traveling Triton first thing next time, I suppose.
Yes.